In the YouTube comment section, I got into a conversation with one of the subscribers of RHR about different digital audio workstations, aka audio software, crashing. And I wanted to make this quick little tutorial about how to recover from a crash project in Reaper. Before I do that though, I want to show you this option in Reaper that will help even more in case this does happen. What you want to do is go under, I went too fast, Options, Preferences, and then click on Project, and then see where it says Project Saving, and then it has all these different options, keep multiple versions. So what I would do is keep this, or I would check that I would do this every 5 minutes at the minimum, maybe even every 1 minute. And then, limit it. I don't know if you can limit the amount, but project files are so small that they're really not going to eat up too much of your hard drive space. And then I would timestamp them. There's all these options you can do. Keep undo histories. That's also another good idea. So keep multiple versions. Save every, you can do it when you're not recording. You can do it anytime, whatever. I mean, every 15 minutes should be good, but I would consider doing it every 5 minutes. And yeah, that's definitely a good option to have. Now, if your session does crash or your project, here's what you do. So you start up Reaper under Create a New Project, because I think normally by default Reaper is set to open your last project. I have mine set to just create a new project. I think that's under here somewhere. It's been a bit since I've changed this option. But yeah, there's an option somewhere in the preferences that says to start by creating a new project. Here it is, create a new project tab. No, never mind, that's not it. But it's on here anyway. It's on here somewhere. So anyway, yeah, that's what I have, just so that I don't have the potential of the program crashing. I haven't had that happen to me in a few years now, but it's always the chance of when you're loading up Reaper and then loading up your project, it's kind of putting a strain on your RAM. So anyway, here we go. So go to File, Open Project, and I'm going to click. This one is what I made for this video. This crashed. And now normally, if you have a corrupted project file, or if you have something going on with your computer, it'll crash when it's loading up your plugins. If it crashes while Reaper's loaded and there's no project being opened, then it probably means Reaper's corrupted. And what I would do at that point is try to uninstall Reaper, restart your computer, then install Reaper again, and then see if that works. If that doesn't work, then it's something wrong with your computer, but Reaper typically just works and doesn't have any issues. I've just never had issues with this program as much as I've had with some other media creation programs. Reaper just works no matter what you have installed on your system. But if it's crashing, a lot of times it's a plugin. So what I'm gonna, I totally skipped the most important step. So I'll go to File, Open Project, and then down here it says Open with FX Offline Recovery Mode. Make sure that's checked, and then we're gonna double click on our project, and it's gonna say, we kept their configurations, but these are all disabled. So what you do is hit OK, and then click your first track, FX, and see how you had the option to bring effect online. Okay, so we're gonna do this one at a time. Bring effect online. That opens up. Bring effect online. And then click the next one. Bring effect online. Okay. And then track 2. Bring effect online. That worked. And then again, we start again. Even though it's the same plugin, they keep it offline because it might be that particular instance of the plugin. So what you're doing is you're basically trying to figure out what the problem is. You're like a doctor for your project file. As soon as the bad one, what will happen is you'll click this, and then you'll click, bring online or bring effect online, and your software will crash. So at that point, you know which plugin's being affected. At that point, what I would do is uninstall the plugin, then reinstall it, or actually do the same thing that you did last time. So uninstall the plugin, restart your computer. That gets rid of any excess files that the uninstall might not have been able to do because your computer was running. And then start your computer again, download your plugin, reinstall it, and then hopefully that fixes it. Go through the same process with opening up the recovery mode. And if that doesn't fix it, that's when I really can't help you anymore, because then it's a more serious problem. Then at that point, I would consider maybe contacting Kakos if you're running Reaper and telling them that, hey, my plugin's not working for whatever reason. Then they might be able to help you, or you could go on to the Reaper message boards and they could be able to they could help you. That's what I usually tell people to do, because I'm not tech support. Every issue is different, but my experience with Reaper has been pretty much 100% positive. I've had Reaper crash a few times, but that was because I was using so many plugins. It's not funny. And I was using screen capture, all kinds of computer intensive things. And then I had some programs running in the background that I forgot to close out of. But yeah, that was a RAM issue and a processor issue. But I haven't had Reaper crash in a long time. Every time I've used it, it's been positive. So, and it runs fast, and I still have a relatively old computer. So again, we're just going through all these and we're bringing them online. And like I said, eventually you're going to run into the plugin that crashes your system. Another thing I might do, if none of these crash for whatever reason, then that probably means that it's just a memory issue where loading up the project, loading up too many plugins at the same time causes it to crash. The other thing you could do to diagnose the problem is open up the plugins, hit play,
This is what I've done to think you
and then open up the next plugin, hit play, and you got to hit play every single time, because a lot of times the actual playing of the file will cause the session to crash. But yeah, that recovery mode works pretty well. It's not 100% foolproof, but a lot of times it is third-party plugins causing the issue of software crashing. Your DAW might have a similar mode, but this is for Reaper. It's one reason I love Reaper, because even when things go wrong, there are things you can do to make sure that they don't. And again, I would definitely recommend the auto saving of project files, because project files are just such small files that they're just not going to eat up hard drive space, especially in modern times where we have terabyte hard drives going for $80 or less. Good terabyte hard drives, or 2 terabyte hard drives going for $100. If you're just doing audio work, you should be fine. I do video work, so I definitely HD video eats up space like you wouldn't believe. But audio is just such a small footprint on the hard drive that I'm always surprised when my 24-bit 96 kilohertz files are just 150 megabytes per track. I'm like, that's nothing. When you're used to 1 minute of footage eating up like a ton of space, it's just like 150 megabytes, who cares? So yeah, that's how to recover from a crash session / crash project inside of Reaper. Also, this goes for the master track as well. Same thing, just hit bring effect online and play, and eventually, this isn't actually a crash project, so I'm not seeing anything wrong with it. But yeah, see how long it's taking to load Ozone up? A lot of times these really CPU intensive plugins will just give you problems. So, but because this wasn't an actual crash session, I had no issues. But if you do, you will run into, eventually you'll click that bring effect online button and your software will crash. And then you'll know that's the plugin that's causing the problem. So this has been Adam for RealHomeRecording.com.